Good morning. Today is a very special day. We're announcing a partnership. A partnership not just of the ordinary kind, but a highly innovative kind. A partnership which deals with innovations which are of deep relevance to our societies. It's about the Internet of Everything. The Internet of Everything is to be regarded as one of the core ingredients of a required shift in the big design of human conduct. Amen.
Your words.
We're going to announce a partnership with 3 cities, Albertslund, Frederiksund and Copenhagen. We will be articulating IOE strategies for all of them, but already we have a live project in our collaboration with DAL, the Denmark Outdoor Like Living Lab, which is of fundamental value in terms of learnings and understanding how we can bring savings in outdoor life, but also make it adaptive and smart.
So we have to more be aware of, as strategic managers, to embrace that new technology and take it to us. So why not, being an experiment, do it full scale and combine the experiment with the transformation of our city into a more green city and to a more sustainable society. Of course, Internet of Everything has to be integrated and a part of that. So we have taken the streets, the paths, the places, the squares, and turned into a big test field, 10 kilometers of test field, where we have a number of the leading companies, Danish one as international ones as well, and we are now having a visiting center, a control room, and so on, where we will test and where we will make experiments, and where we will create an incubation environment where we can develop all this. Because I believe that this is a process. If we should reach our very ambitious goals about how we shall cope with the environment and the climate change, we need to develop technology, and we need to do it together with the citizens.
We have a master plan, and Winge in the master plan will not just be another suburban sprawl area. It will be a dense new town interwoven with nature in the very green corridors in the area. Not just lawns, but natural corridors with wetlands, which will double as cloudburst management, handling large amounts of rain.
And the goal is to not only be carbon neutral in 2025, but also accommodate these people in the city. We want actually to be smarter, more efficient in 2025. And the high goal could be that we actually could drive our municipality for the same amount of money that we do right now in 2025. So for us, smart city is a way of thinking smart and getting more out of the input that we have in the city. Just to show you what we hope someday, and it's here I have to say that it's very important for the mayor of my department that this is not a big brother society. We would like to track your mobile phone, but we will never be able, we hope so, to say that it was you who were on the bike here that Friday night where you should have been in bed. So this is what we hope we can do. Use our infrastructure, connect it together, and by that getting information about the city to us, but also to the citizens, so that they can have a better day, a better night, and they can be more resourceful when they are using their energy, their way to work, food, whatever. So this is for us a transformation. It's a promise of being a front runner again, and we hope that we and Cisco can make this together so that when you next year or the year after, come to Copenhagen. Again, you will see this in full action. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Peter Kostromer from the CIS government. I would be interested if you have checked with inhabitants in your municipalities how they perceive the value and excitement around this. And if you have any anecdotes, anything you can share, how they will perceive this and what areas they believe are perhaps the most exciting with this.
In Albertslund, we realized that that this dramatic change of the life of our citizens has to be subject for the politicians.
A lot of things, if you start with nothing, go faster. And so that makes it also very interesting, of course, to work with Winge and to see what we can create with everything we know from the ground up. And we can avoid a lot of mistakes. And cities will play a key role. And that's 70% of world energy is used in cities. 70% of the 70% is used in buildings. Buildings have a utilization of 40%. So it's not that hard to make change. And then last but not least, the third trend, and I think that's one of the most underestimated ones, we have the biggest demographic shift in human mankind. We go from 7 billion people to 9 billion people on the planet. But part of the world, and specifically the US, China, are aging. The majority of Europe is aging and shrinking. And then we have India, that's 400 million people coming to the country in the next 30 years. Africa, the Middle East. And so if you look at these numbers, we develop and divide the world in an aging, shrinking, and growing population. And so if you add this all up, the main challenges that we are facing is on the aging, shrinking part of the world, we have to create new value, new jobs, because jobs are disappearing. And we need productivity improvements. And there is a complete talent mismatch of supply and demand on the world. That by 2020, every 1 out of 3 workers will be Indian. All these things will create an enormous amount of data. And we're going from an industrial era to a data era. And the numbers are, spectacular. In the last 2 years alone, more data has been produced than the previous 5,000 years. That data will double every 2 years. And by 2020, 40% of data will come from sensors. So what a unique opportunity if you create a new neighborhood like Winge. And how are you going to embrace it? What is your master ICT plan? How do you integrate that in your physical planning? Singapore already generates several terabytes of data every day. And if you are the mayor, the municipality, how can you monetize that data? Who owns the data? Data strategies. It's a complete new era where a lot of policies still have to be defined. Privacy, security, and that integrity. And that these are the things that are coming rapidly to you. And how can you become proactive on it? Like smart parking. Who would have thought, a couple of years ago, that the killer app in cities is smart parking at the moment? And for a lot of mayors, it's the second source of income.
And the way we see it in Albertslund, this is not other people's business. This is everybody's business, and therefore it is also our business. In our view, every city and town, regardless of size, has an obligation to contribute to a sustainable world. We believe that we, as a municipality, have an important role to play in the worldwide challenge climate change. We want to contribute to global reduction of carbon emissions. And we want to work out new ways to create sustainable growth, to nurture business sectors that is healthy both financially and in the terms of contributing to a healthy environment. We want to make a difference.
Dear friends from Cisco, once again, welcome to Denmark and our wonderful Copenhagen region. We look forward to get you to know better. Dear colleagues of the citizens of Copenhagen and Albertslund, we are very excited to start this journey together with you. Dear guests and business partners, I hope that you are just as excited as I am.
The Internet of Everything. It's a fantastic opportunity for us in all 3 municipalities, but also for our citizens to collaborate with you directly. I was visiting Cisco back in the beginning of last year in Silicon Valley, and it was the start of a beautiful friendship between our city and your company to see how we could use Copenhagen as a kind of laboratory for testing new technology. Copenhagen is well known, as you mentioned, Wim, to be one of the most livable cities in the world. 2 times in the last 5 years we was chosen by Monaco to be the most livable city in the world. And we are very thankful to that nomination, but we have to continue investing billions of dollars in developing our city to continue to developing in a livable way, or also in a green way. And we are very glad that Cisco strengthening your relationship with our region, with our communities, and also with the municipalities in Denmark. And hopefully we will continue this beautiful friendship with you and your company. Thank you very much.
So we can now proceed with the signing. And this is
I'm the blue one. I'm the red one.
I only had a pink one. I didn't want to be painted there.
Congratulations, gentlemen.